Starting.
Go. Good job. Okay. So, do you ever find yourself lacking sleep and feeling tired, feeling anxious, or feeling depressed? So, if you ever really feel like you have these problems, which most teenagers end up feeling, I've got some things that can really tell you why. Sorry about that. I've got the reason for you. And there's three pretty big reasons that I've found through my research that cause those three things: Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All right, my name's Charles Smallhorn, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the dangers of social media. So my personal experience and what drove me to do this for my speech today is that I found myself really feeling down, depressed, and having severe FOMO, or fear of missing out, because I'd sit there on social media all day, watch what everyone else was doing, and watch basically the highlight reel of their life, and think to myself, wow, why is my life not as good as theirs, and why am I not doing all the cool things that they're doing? And it just got to a point where I was so depressed that I decided to delete social media, and that was in October of 2020, and now it's April of 2022, sorry. So I've been off social media for a little over a year, and I wanted to talk to you today about why you should quit social media and what the dangers are to your mental health and to your social health. Okay, so first off, we're going to start with social media and your mental health. Social media causes a lot of danger to your mental health. According to the Mayo Clinic, those who have spent more than 3 hours a day using social media might be at a heightened risk for mental health problems. And believe it or not, those mental health problems are what I went over earlier in the speech. Decreased sleep. Your sleep is not as good as it once was, and you're going to be more tired throughout the day. It heightened anxiety and heightened depression. The second point for my speech is social media and how it affects your social development. See, this is probably, in my mind, one of the biggest issues that I believe that social media causes, because you really struggle to create a bond with a person when the only contact you have with them is through a phone. And I believe that nothing can be better than actual in-person contact, and the things that you get from that are immeasurable. So, according to the Child Mind Institute, there is no question that children are missing out on critical social skills due to their involvement with social media. According to the same place, social media puts everyone in a nonverbal disabled context where body language, facial expression, and even the smallest kinds of vocal reactions are rendered invisible. See, this last quote to me is the most important, because it really highlights the things that social media doesn't provide for people in communication and development with their personal relationships. With body language, facial expressions, and the smallest kinds of vocal reactions, also known as just the tone of your voice, can really mean a lot when it comes to these things, because you can get things very easily mixed up. Because an okay with an exclamation point for one person could mean okay, or for another situation it could mean okay, like get it over with, be done with it, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Two very different things that this could mean, and it can end up causing damage to someone's social well-being. So now that I've told you why you should limit your social media usage, now I'm going to teach you how to limit your social media usage. So, according to Cornell, their medical program, one of their things that they said was one of their doctors recommends limiting social media and creating boundaries that are responsible and work for you, so that you can be present with people in your social life. And three of the ways that you can actively create those boundaries for yourself are: one, for those of you that have phones, you can do things like time limits, which work great. That's what I originally started out with. And yeah, lots of people use time limits, and so they work great for you. They allow you to set a time limit to limit it, because there's a difference between deleting something and just limiting yourself and making sure that you form a healthy relationship with your social media instead of just completely cutting it out altogether. Because some people don't want to cut out their social media altogether because there's good reasons to do social media. It provides contact for people that you aren't always able to contact with. Now, the one issue that I find with a time limit is that if it's just yourself setting the time limit, you can skip through it. It's very easy to get past this boundary. That's what brings me into my second thing, an accountability partner. Having someone else that can set the passcode for you on your time limit, that really makes it easy, so I can sit there and have my buddy Lucas over here. I give him my phone and I set a 30-minute timer for Instagram, and then I give it to him. He puts in the code, and then now I can only have 30 minutes on Instagram a day where I don't know the code to change it. Now let's say there's some emergency situation where like I need to be on Instagram. I could call Lucas and be like, hey, what's that code? I need to do it. And because he's a good accountability partner, he's going to sit there and decide whether or not it's a good reason for me to do it or not. And then on my third thing, just taking time away from your phone in general and just not using your phone at all. So, in conclusion, I feel that you all should really take a look at yourself and think about how much time do you yourself spend on social media, and how can you limit it, knowing the negative impacts that it has on your life, and helping your friends to limit theirs and the negative impacts that social media has on their lives. Thank you.
I have to hand back around.
Thank you.
Good job, Charlie.